prologue and epilogue parenting. I know you haven't heard this before, and it's just something that I use all the time because I work a lot in visuals. And we all get what the prologue to a book is. It's the beginning of the book that sort of sets the stage for what's coming, right? The epilogue is at the end of the book. And basically, it wraps it up. And I talk about parenting a lot. I talk about parenting when it comes to leadership and parenting when it comes to a good boss and parenting when it comes to corporations. And good parenting involves what I call prologue parenting. And what do I mean by that? So most of us grew up in houses where there was epilogue parenting. What I mean by that is that we weren't given instructions. We weren't told what to do. A great example of this is sex. We're not described sex. We're not given books on sex. A lot of us. There's some of you that had amazing parents who did that. There were so many situations around sex that weren't talked about. And so teenagers, naturally, when our bodies are waking up, when we're feeling desire, when we're feeling pleasure, when we're feeling awake physically, we go and do a whole bunch of stuff. Stuff where we feel silly, maybe embarrassed because we don't know what we're doing. We're learning it maybe from porn. We're learning it from all the other places, except for in our homes. And maybe we make mistakes. Maybe we make a ton of mistakes. We get pregnant, we get STDs, we hurt somebody, we do it in ways that can feel aggressive to others. We don't do it at all because we're too ashamed or embarrassed. The stories are endless, right? And that's what I call epilogue parenting, because then we come home and we get punished or shamed or told, why did we do that? Why didn't we know better? So we're told what we did wrong after the fact. And this happens all the time, which is why we grow up with shame. That's why we grow up with fear. That's why we grow up with guilt, because of epilogue parenting. Prologue parenting is when the parent gives you instructions, talks to you, talks about feelings, talks about their own experiences. And yeah, this can be uncomfortable and cringy, but it's helpful, because at least we can go out with some sort of manual. Now, this isn't just about sex. I think sex is just a really good example. It really is, because the world is full of teenagers trying to figure this out, trying to figure it out, and going to sources sometimes that don't teach the holistic way of being sexual, mind, body, spirit, which you know is my slant on everything, is the alignment and the congruence of mind, body, spirit. So prologue parenting is saying, this is what life is going to be, or this sometimes is what heartbreak might look like. And you get to go out there and you get to make mistakes and come back, and we'll just keep tweaking. But at least we go out knowing, having a backup, having someone in our corner. And I talk about this a lot when I'm talking about Humanity 101, which is my upcoming book. But I talk about epilogue parenting and prologue parenting. A good boss is a prologue parent. Describes things, lets you ask a lot of questions when you first join a job. a good teacher, a good tutor. They do a lot of good prologue parenting. And just remember the difference is with epilogue parenting, you make the mistakes and then you're told, why did you do this? You're punished and you're shamed. So there you go. There's a Claudism, as people call it. My marketing teams calls this Claudisms, or my glossary. That's one of them. Epilogue, prologue parenting.